Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? Hi. Hello? Welcome back. Welcome back to Mert Mart, where you shop smart. Again, we are still in early access. I'm just putting on a wrist thing. I already put some icing out on my wrist. My wrist is not a happy camper the last couple days, and I think part of that might be the weather. My right hand is the hand that I got caught in a gantry when I was working. While I was working factory. And for anybody who doesn't know what a gantry is, it's kind of like a glorified crane machine. One product found expensive. Did I miss one of my products in changing it or change it backwards? By the way, I'm gonna yell for a second. Hold on, I'm gonna turn myself down. It's snowing! I'm so fucking happy. It's fucking snowing again. Thank God. Oh yeah, no, that was years ago. Years ago. So, like, it doesn't, when it starts getting cold out, it's like just an old internal injury that just will never go away. So it gets, like, a little bit achy sometimes when it starts getting cold out and stuff, and that's, you know, that's part of the course, it's normal. My shoulder and my arm are getting better. My neck is fine now, which is nice, because, like, my whole arm was just so messed up. Like, the back, like, my shoulder, like, lifting my arm and moving it, like, back at all was just, like, toast. Absolutely toasted. So, it is definitely getting better. So that's wonderful. That's great for me. So, it is nice that at least it doesn't feel like it's not getting better. You know what I mean? When sometimes, like, you have an injury and it's just like, oh no, this isn't gonna go away. Oh, here it is. 9:20. So no, it is gonna get better. So. It was painful. It was painful, yeah. Oh right, we're here to make money. We're here to holla holla get dollar. So we are just grinding it out right now. And we're gotta spend a whole lot of time hurry up and waiting because we don't want to spend the extra money to speed these guys up. We don't want to do that. We need $400,000 or something like that. We need some stupid amount of money. I guess we help these guys. I guess. Because they're never gonna... It's 3 years later. Oh, did they just do this? Oh, okay. Well... This is why I don't do this part of the job. Because every time I do, they're like, ah, no, we got this. We're already on it. They're already ahead of the game. Ah, this is the wrong one. This is what I mean. I don't have fucking... I'm so bad at this. I'm just getting in their way. Oh, that's still the wrong one. Wait. No, I had the right one. No, hold on. That is supposed to... Fuck. God damn it. I was right the first time, and I'm just stupid. Oh, God. Have you ever had your manager try to help you out, and they're doing their best, but they kind of just don't know what they're doing, and it's just better if they didn't, and it's just like, listen, just get out of the way. Just, I appreciate that you're doing your best. Leave. Doing your best would be getting the fuck out of my way. Oh, I've had that happen before so many times. It's just like, listen, I appreciate it. Fuck off. Every fucking time. Fuck must be so happy. He's not happy yet. We have to wait for the snow to finish reviving itself. Coworker of mine tore his rotor cuff a month ago or so. It's better, and he's with a therapist for it. He's a huge golfer. He won't be golfing for a while. Oh, that's rough. I need to adjust the way I'm sitting so I'm not putting as much strain on my shoulder. Oops, sorry. I'm just gonna bash my face against everything. Hold on a second. Let's just, there we go. Alright. I did it. I'm vibing now. We vibing. Now the question is will I get motion sick? Fuck me. Fuck me, dude. Alright, so I have, like, so many things to do, and so much work, and I've realized that I struggle with editing videos, and that is mostly because, like, I have trouble getting started. Like, I enjoy editing videos once I'm, like, actually editing, but until I'm actually doing the editing, I'm just procrastinating like a motherfucker. And that's no bueno, like, it's no good. So, it's really bad. So I think I might need to just designate myself an editing day where it's like, nah, this is the day we do the edits. We edit this day. This is the day of editing. What are you eating? What did you find? You're looking at me like you're eating something you're not supposed to be eating. Alright. He's probably. Puck's sitting over here being suspicious. Are you being suspicious, buddy? Oop. Editing your videos are your off days. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully Puck can find a secret ball. It only shows up when it snows. It's like they were made supervisors and forgot how to do the job. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I find, okay, maybe this is just me and this is the way I ran things whenever I've been in charge of people, but I kind of just let them do things the way they want to. Where it's just like, I don't really care how you get it done as long as it's done. And like, as long as it's correct enough. Like, it's really not a big deal most of the time. I used to find ways of doing things that would piss my managers off, but it was incredibly effective. So so they'd be like, "All right, we need to get this thing done and it needs to be like done by this time and like here's how I want you to do it." And the way they would want me to do it would take it like 3 times longer. And I was just like, okay, yeah, but what if I do this instead? And they're like, no. I'm like, why? I don't understand. And they're like, oh, because you might make more mistakes. And I'm like, what? Why? Why would doing this so it would be like the difference between, I'm trying to think of an example because the job I did was kind of specific. So it'd be like the difference between bringing out all of the boxes and then putting it on the shelf, right? As opposed to running back and forth like we're doing right now. And be like, so, like the difference between doing that or doing that. And it's just like, obviously it's way more effective to take a bunch of boxes out, put all the stuff away, and then put the boxes away, right? And they're like, oh no, you're more likely to make mistakes. And I'm like, why? It's the same type of work, it's the same area, it's the same, like, all of those things are the same. So it means that I don't have to, like, think about, so, like, if you're, the job I was doing was locates. So, like, anytime you dig anywhere, you have to get a ticket that lets you know what infrastructure is under the ground where you're doing the digging. Right? And so I was working with Bell and Rogers. So it wasn't like the water lines or anything like that. It was just telecommunication lines. And so yeah, don't worry about the fact that Bell and Rogers were being done in the same building and then that was a massive conflict of interest and a huge security issue. Don't worry about it. That was a fucking problem. It was supposed to be a Bell secure site, and we had Rogers stuff in there, and I don't know if, like, Bell wasn't supposed to know about it or whatever the fuck was going on. I'm convinced that whole place was a money laundering scheme anyway. But, so, you would get jobs, and the jobs would be, like, tree planting in Toronto, and it'd be like, okay, well, it's all of it's Toronto, all of it's tree planting, all of them are digging at this depth, all of them are planting trees along the easements, it's all yada yada, so it's all the same. So you sort the tickets by that type of work, but I was like, I'm also going to sort them within this time frame because the boss was like, well, these tickets expire after a certain amount of time, so we need to get them done. And I was like, well, okay. Oh, they're done. And I was like, well, okay, but if I take this time frame, I can then also sort the tickets by time frame and by type of work. And they didn't realize you could do that. And it was very funny. I'm like, what? You've been working on this system for like a decade and you're telling me you didn't know you could just select this? Like the program we used was basically the equivalent of using like Excel. And I was just like just select the time frame that you want and then just sort by this sort by the type of work, and all of the work is the same work type within the time frame that you want it to be in, because they were getting pissy at me because they were like, oh, you're just doing this type of work and you're making life difficult for everybody else and you're not doing this and that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at the time that all those tickets are in. They're in the time. I'm just sorting them this way so I can get through them faster. And they were like, wait, what? And I was just like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? Get out of my face. God, everybody in that building was fucking incompetent, except, like, one person. There was one person that I worked with. She actually streams. And I definitely recommend checking out her streams if she's still doing that. She does, like, sewing and creative stuff. She's playing a bunch of Stardew Valley before. I haven't checked on her in a little while. She goes by Bloodstained Wings, so if you guys are curious, I definitely recommend checking her out. She's a lovely human being. They knew one way of doing things and had no desire to learn more happens all the time. It gives me depression. Like, one thing that drives me up the wall is, like, blatant incompetence. Like, if you do something for a long enough period of time, you would think you would get better at it. Right? You would think, just for sheer amount of you doing it over and over and over again, you would get better at it. No, you don't. You only get better at it if you put in some effort to try to get better at it, and I cannot believe that people will spend, like, 80% of their time doing something and never getting better at it, and never even consider it. It's just like, how do you do that? I don't understand. I don't get that. They're only there to get a paycheck and not use their position. Yeah, okay, but hear me out. You don't have to use your position. You can be there just for a paycheck. Don't you want your own job to be easier for you? Like, just for, like, just for yourself, just to make your life easier. Not like, oh, I'm trying to make things better for the company, or, oh, I'm trying to, like, it was just easier it made my life easier. Actually, it made my life more difficult because management got mad at me, and I had to fucking deal with that shit, but, you know, whatever. I just laughed at them. The number of times I got pulled into a meeting and I just told them to go fuck themselves was way too damn high, and they could do nothing about it. It was very funny. I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. One time they called me in for a meeting, and I was just like, what are you talking about? I called you and talked about this with you. Well, we don't have a record of that. I'm like, really? Are our phone calls not required to be recorded by, like, our like, the rules of our building? Does that mean her phone, for some reason, is different than the rest of ours? And they were like, oh, and I'm like, well, pull it up. It would have been on this date. Oh, well, we don't want to go looking for it. Okay, then shut the fuck up! Like, I am not interested in your horse shit. I'm totally fine with keeping my head down and working. Lynn, leave me alone so I can keep my head down and work. Or you're gonna come to me and bitch every 20 minutes because I'm doing better than fucking everybody else on your team because you're fucking stupid. The number of times I told, like, one of the other shift managers, because they were like, oh, your shift needs to get this done. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, goodbye, world. Because the shift manager was like, oh, you have to get this thing, I need your shift to do this thing, because our main shift manager wasn't there that day, and I would just go, are you sure that's what you want us to do? Okay. I did that one time, and then my shift manager came back and came to me and was like, oh, well, why'd you do this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, because he told me to. Oh, well, he's not your boss, don't do things that way. I'm like, you tell him that then. Why do I have to tell him that? And then, like, the next, because I did exactly what he wanted, I'm like, you don't want this. And then they started bitching at me, like, that they didn't screw themselves over. It's like, oh, we're screwed. How come you guys didn't do this stuff? It's like, because you literally told us not to. And I was like, are you sure you don't? And then they got mad at me for questioning them. And I was like, okay. And then my manager was like, like, the night shift manager was like, oh, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my fucking god. So I stopped listening to any of them, and I just took over running the shift because I just stopped caring. Because I was just like, alright, I'm just gonna run this because you guys are fucking ridiculous, and you're making my life and everyone else's life here fucking more difficult, more miserable, and nobody wants anything to do with you dumbasses. So I would just constantly tell them, yeah, no problem, we'll take care of that. And then I just do it my way. And then they wouldn't complain because they didn't realize I didn't do what they asked me to do. Ugh, ridiculous. You wish you could make your job easier. Don't send me so much shit it takes 10 fucking pallets and stop sending me the same damn thing every week. It's been full for a month. Oh god, yeah. That's fucking... Inventory is... Notably, inventory is difficult. Unnotably, people are fucking stupid. You would think you would have somebody that works the back room. So here's the thing, what you really should do is have a really very easy, open communication line with the people who do your stock. Because the people who do your stock are going to be the ones who know what you're running out of regularly and what you need, right? So, like, just talk to them, because usually they'll be more than willing to share that information. There was one time I had to go into a meeting, with, like, higher-ups in a plant, like, in a factory I was working at. It was like it was more like an assembly factory, not like a factory that made parts. So it was like paint and assembly, mostly, of what they did. Anyway, I was working there, and I got pulled in because they were having an issue. They were having like 2 or 3 issues, and I was at the end of the paint line. So the parts came in, they got washed, they got painted, and then they got sent to assembly. And so I was in between paint and the assembly doing like quality. And I got pulled into this meeting, and the quality manager didn't like me, and the shift manager kind of liked me but wasn't sure about me because he was like, he was very used to like the contention between production and quality, because they get in each other's way on a regular basis. And so he didn't really know what to think about it, and the day shift manager didn't really know me at all. So I showed up to this meeting, and they were like, we're having trouble with this, what should we do? I'm like, well, here's the data. And they were like, what? I'm like, no, I printed off, and I collected the data, I printed it off, I gathered this additional data because I realized you guys were having trouble with this. And one of the main issues is this, or this. And so here are some solutions, but you could do this, you could do that, you could give me, if you give me access to this information, I can do X, Y, and Z for you. I left that meeting, and the supervisor and, like, the person who ran the, like, the shipping area was like, what the fuck? By the way, who I didn't know. I did not know this person. And they came and talked to me, and were just like, that was amazing. You did a really great job. I'm like, thank you? I was a temp. Like, actually, that's not quite true. I was on contract. And so my contract ended, and I left, and they never saw me again. I was just... And that was after both the night shift general manager of the plant and the day shift general manager of the plant were like, we love you, please stay. And I was like, yeah, no problem. Sign my contract. On the day I left, I got a message from my line supervisor saying, where are you? I said, I'm at home, my contract ended. And he was like, God fucking damn it. And then I never heard from him again. And I'm like, you know, you guys could just hire me back. I don't understand, but okay. It was weird. It was wacky. It was very funny. The most amusing thing is that they had me working on a project that would have saved the company like a good couple $100,000 a year with the project I was working on. Oh, well, he got that. They don't need my help. I'm just a mascot. Oh yeah, I didn't have it graphed, but I did it in charts. Because like the way it would have graphed would have been kind of wacky. There's now a fast food simulator. I hate fast food. I am committed to Supermarket Simulator for the time being. I might try the fast food one, but not right now. We're committed to this. We are gonna get that money. We are gonna get that bread. We are going to finish the supermarket. I believe in us. Time to turn the light on. Boop. Beep. God, fucking... I don't blame people who watch me on YouTube and watch me on Twitch saying that, like, I'm unhireable or I would never have a real... Do you mind? Or I would never have a real job or whatever. And, like, that makes sense because I have, like, no patience for middle management or, like, bad management anymore. Like, I did it for so long that my patience is waning. Is this entertaining? Like, I literally... I would throw hands so fast. It would have to be I'd have to be in a situation where I was either, like, incredibly just left the fuck alone, or I was, like, very much in charge of my space. Like, I have no patience. If there was a goblin simulator, how would that be? There is one. Did you not know about that? Hold on, let me find it. Let me look at my Steam for a second. Oh no, get out of here. There is a game called... What's it called? No, that's not... This is why I despise Reed Richards. That's the wrong... Hold on. That was the wrong thing. Where is it? There's a game coming out that's like being a goblin. Somebody sent me the trailer to it, but I don't remember who sent it to me. Hold on. I'll find it. Hold on a second. Goblin game. Yeah. It's like it's like Trash Goblin or something. Yeah, here it is. It's called Trash Goblin. It's a here's the link to it. It's literally called Trash Goblin. I wonder if I can pull it up for you guys. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. If I add an input. Hold on. Should be this one. Here you go. Let me just adjust this. I'll just put it over here for now. There. Hold on, I gotta turn on the... Let me turn on the audio so you guys can hear it. They've got the official trailer out now. Button. There it is. I gotta open my volume mixer. There we go. Alright. Isn't it cute? And, like, people have played it a little bit already. See? I'm not gonna play... I'm obviously not gonna be, like, a dick and play their video or anything, but... Cool, right? Isn't that neat? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was loud on you guys. My bad. What do you think? Crash Goblin? You alright there, Puck? Yeah, he's snoozing. Decided to take a nap. I gave him some peanut butter and crackers. Needless to say, he is a fan. God. That might be a fun game to play, though. Alright, day is done. 124 customers. Holy balls. We're doing great. Cake. Cake. 2:30. So, I don't know if you guys... we were talking about it yesterday, but I don't know who was, like, around and not around. The Canadian, Trump... the Canadian Prime Minister... Justin Trudeau went to Mar-a-Lago to negotiate and talk to Trump about the tariffs, right? Well, we talked about this yesterday a little bit. Needless to say, that conversation did not go well, and I don't think anybody was really surprised by it. But fuck you. And it ended with Justin Trudeau saying that that the tariffs would ruin, if America did this, they would ruin the Canadian economy, and it would suck. Maybe don't do that thing. Which isn't like the greatest, which I didn't think was the greatest response. And it resulted with Trump calling Canada the 51st state and calling Trudeau governor, like he's a governor of a state, and like being a dick because it's fucking Trump. Of course, he's being a dick. And I wasn't terribly impressed with what I had read that Trudeau had said, and then I went on Blue Sky and found out a little bit more, and I watched another YouTuber. And they had a clip of what Trudeau said in Halifax in response. And it's a lot better than what I read that it was, which is nice. Oh, this is... Right, so, they don't care about anyone's economy, but they don't even care about the American economy. Trump only cares about, like, how much money him and his rich friends have. He doesn't actually care about the American economy. If he cared about the American economy, he wouldn't be doing random as fuck tariffs that don't do it, like, that don't help anybody. Regardless, excuse me, pardon me. Regardless, there is... What Trudeau actually said when he returned to Halifax was a little bit different than what was presented. Go figure, right? Turns out, more accurate about what he said, I am way more impressed with. Basically, he said, alright, well, we can't pretend that it wouldn't be devastating to the Canadian economy to have suddenly have a 25% tariff on American goods. Especially if it's just like carte blanche all the way across, right? That would make things in the Canadian economy be incredibly expensive, and we would have to do a whole lot of, like, everybody pulling together to try to support each other through something like that. Makes sense. Reasonable statement. The other half of what he said, which is what people haven't really been focusing on, or at least what the media hasn't been focusing on, was that So what are we gonna do about it? We have to understand that when Trump says things, although he might not have thought it through, he does mean it when he says things. So we have to take it seriously. But that doesn't mean we should panic, and doesn't mean we should freak out. And he literally used the words freak out, and I'm like, that's great, I like that. Accurate. And he says, what we're gonna do is the same thing we did last time. What Canada did last time is we put tariffs on very targeted American goods. Things like cherries, things like bourbon, things that affected Trump's political supporters. So, like, things that affected his rich friends incredibly directly, so they would want those things and pressure Trump to bring those prices back down. And I'm like, wait, that's giga-brained? Wait, that's huge-brained. So the intention is to do that again, and like and I'm like, wait, that's actually a plan? He's like, we do have not a full plan in order, like we don't know exactly what we would target this time, because we'd have to get that put together, but like, we don't do nothing. Like, why would we do nothing? And I'm like, that's actually, hold on. Wait. Wait a minute. A prime minister who's being diplomatic in the way he speaks and has an actual, like, idea of what to do and why, and not just targeting the American people, but targeting, like, rich billionaires because they're the ones causing the problem. What? Huh? So I was actually pretty happy about that, because I was like, not, when I first read what he was saying, or what he had said, I was like, I'm not very impressed with that answer. And then I saw the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, look, you mean he said more than just that we have to be America's bitch? Oh, wonderful. What? Oh, yeah, I need that box. Can I have that? Shit, I boosted him. No, I've wasted money. Sir, I bought 2 of those. I need the other box. Aw, damn it. There it is. This goes up here. There you go. Fixed. So I just thought that was interesting, and I thought that was a good take. And I like talking about, like, sometimes, like, the positive things that politicians do, because, like, there is a lot of negatives. Like, a lot of negatives. So. And I don't mean to do that to, like, dissuade the negatives. One of the things I like about Blue Sky so far is that I can go and look at Canadian politics and look at commentary on Canadian politics without being flooded by, like, fucking Russian bots that are just like, Trudeau sucks. And it's like, I mean, okay, great, but that doesn't really help anything. I just want the information. I don't want to have to be flooded with a bunch of, like, garbage. Ugh. Horrid. Hi, Winding Land, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. So it's just been nice. And it's not to say that there isn't, like, negative commentary. It's like, of course there's negative commentary. What there is not random bot bullshit from an enemy nation trying to destabilize our fucking economy and our country and our voter base. And that's nice. I like that. I like not having to listen to Russian propaganda, like, 24/7 like you do on Twitter. I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, though. I don't know how much everybody else pays attention to Canadian politics. I do hope that people start calling Polyev what he is, and what he is an authoritarian garbage man. I don't mean like he takes out the trash and deals with our trash and is an awesome human being, because garbage men are usually some of the coolest people everywhere. I mean, he's a man made out of garbage. Like a snowman is made out of snow. He is a man made out of trash. You try to pay attention. Yeah, sometimes it can be overwhelming and difficult, and like it's also hard for people who like steep themselves in politics to understand that not everybody is steeped in politics. And in fact, most people in fact are not steeped in politics. And that's actually kind of usually a good thing. The only bot allowed around here is me. Wonderful. I don't know. I don't know, man. I've been seeing the arcane meme clips floating around, starting to float around, and I'm like, oh, these are great. One of the ones is from Arcane 1, and it's called, what's it called? Victor Core? And so like Goth Core, it's Victor Core. And it's this conversation that Jace, this is from Arcane Season 1, so no spoilers. But in Arcane Season 1, there's like this fight that goes on between the Undercity and the Upper City. And Victor kind of gets caught on the bridge where they're kind of blockading it. And Jace is like, what are you doing here? And Jace is like, what do you mean? I went to go ask about the query we're working on. I told you I knew somebody. And Jace is like, you didn't tell me they were from the Undercity. And Victor's just like, I am from the Undercity. And then he goes to get up. And Jace, like, goes to, like, help him get up because, you know, he's got a bum leg or whatever. And he just slaps his hand away, but it's like from a zoomed out spot, and the meme like zoomed it in and like echoed the sound and was just like, oh! And I was just like, wait, oh, yo, hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, it was fucking great. I loved every second. I love Victor so much. Victor, best boy. I have not seen part 3 yet, though. So, heads up. If you're talking about it, I have not seen part 3 yet. I'll probably be watching it this weekend. I do know most of the spoilers, but don't. Just don't. Brecky. Is there anything else we need more of? Yes. This. Oh my god. I probably should have waited. It's probably fine. I wanted them. Yeah, Victor is absolutely my favorite character. Then again, I also enjoyed Victor. I've read, like, Victor's short stories and his backstory stuff, so I also enjoyed Victor before Arcane. And that's gonna sound like sacrilege to people who play Victor, because, like, the people who play Victor are not entirely happy with the direction his character took at the end. And, you know, fine. I liked it. So, I'm here for it. I am also here for the glorious evolution. We stand Victor in this house. Stop. Why you gotta do that? Oh man. Stretching time. You guys ever seen the TV show Dragon Tales? I've heard that show has like a cult following. I saw it when it was airing, but I was like a little bit too old for it. But I remember it being one of the least annoying children's shows that were on TV at the time that I was awake and around. Does it have, like, fucked up lore? I feel like I remember it having, like, some kind of lore in it that's like, oh, this wait a minute, it's like a post-apocalyptic, like, kind of, like, all the dragons are dead because of blah blah blah, like one of those situations going on. I wonder if that show would catch a lot of flack now because the kids in the show were Asian. And there's like so many people that are like, they're not straight white kids. I remember really enjoying the first season of Jake Long, American Dragon, and then I did not like the style of the when they did the animation. I didn't like the change in animation. I felt the same way about Beyblade. I liked Beyblade's first set of like grungy looking animation, and then they updated it, and I was like, this update feels like a downgrade. Yes, we were talking about Dragon Tales, yeah. Yeah. Do you know the lore? Is there deep lore? Why do so many people know this show? I mean, I guess I'm a little bit biased because I'm so used to bringing up a show or, like, referencing something and nobody having any fucking goddamn clue what I'm talking about. Just found out Creed is extending their tour and they're in July. Oh, nice. In New Orleans. That's cool. Enjoy. You're obsessed with Dragon Tales? Really? Wait, are you talking about, like... Wait, which Dragon Tale are you talking about? Because I feel like it wasn't... Oh no, that's right! I forgot you're younger than I am. Hilarious. Wonderful. Haha. Tell me what you liked about it. I've heard all kinds of stuff about that show. It was one of the least annoying kid shows that I recall. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land apart. You've seen every episode 3 times. Okay, so this show... So I was right. This show does have, like, a cult following to it. That's so cool. I love it when shows get like, cool, like, little followings like that, or big followings like that, I should say. Instagram is back up from being dead. I didn't even notice. It's almost like I don't use Instagram. I think I deleted my Instagram. I don't know for sure, though. And I don't intend to find out. Ha. Go, my minions. Yeah, what was it about that show you guys enjoyed? Like, I don't recall that show ever, like, talking about, like, really hefty things. Oh my god, the snow is starting to stick. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, 2 things about the snow sticking now is that, 1, it was raining yesterday. Which means that underneath the snow is going to be very icy, so be careful out there, folks. Look out for the icy patch. And 2, that it's going to be, hopefully, we got to wait a little bit longer. Because the snow's got to build up on the ground a little bit. It needs a couple of inches. You're not. I'm not on your follow anymore. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I deleted it. I should mute when I go and try to move out of my chair. Yeah. No, you're talking about my dog. Don't do that. Gross. Don't. No. That noise. My kettle is so loud. Good God. Something's not right here. There should be another one of these. Oh, it's right here. It is the kettle, yeah. It's a rumbling. Manya got me this kettle while I was still living in a different city. And it just gets like every couple of months it gets like it goes up a decibel. Very funny, Athens. Somebody needs to call this company Teochew Lager Beer Company and tell them to fix their goddamn branding. This looks like shit. I hate how ugly it is in my store. You don't match my aesthetic. Yeah, the snowflakes outside are like big fluffy ones. And they're the kind that when they stick on the ground, they're like, they look fuzzy. Wonderful. Did I not turn the music on? Am I crazy? I might not have turned the music on. Whoops. Whoopsie. Alright, let's go check the bills. Bills have been paid. Yeah, we need $64,500. We're almost halfway there. Or we are about... Yeah. Whoa, I didn't check the music. Cleaner. 2-0 prop. $390. If they were a company, if there was a company called it, you would have made them so rich with Aaron. You have to give them a nickel every time you use their name. I remember one episode of Dragon Tales that had to do with jealousy really stuck with me as a kid. Can't remember Dragon Tales too far back. Only remember tiny bits. Well, you know. Sometimes things just stick with you. You never know, right? You know what I mean? I wonder if this is gonna go back one more. If it goes back one more, I can put the freezers like here and here. Maybe? We'll see. We'll see. Oh, we need to wait for these guys to catch up a little bit. Between the Lions. That sounds familiar. Hold on, let me look. Let me look at my, let me Google that. Between the Lions. Yes. I remember this. Yep. Yep. No, I remember this. Here, I'll show you guys. Put this back on, I guess. These guys. I remember these guys. I do not remember... Like, I remember this. I don't know how much of this show I actually remember, though. Like, I definitely remember this layout. I remember these puppets. I don't remember... I'd have to watch a little bit of it to know if I, if how much I actually remember about the... Cyber Chase? I remember Cyber 6. Cyber Chase. Oh, yeah, no, I remember this. This was also, like, a little bit outside of my time. I was a little bit old for this one, so this one is not one that I really watched very much, but I remember these characters. Okay, did you watch Zaboomafoo where it was Zaboomafoo the cartoon, or did you watch, like, Kratz Creatures? Because I watched Kratz Creatures that then developed into a live-action Zaboomafoo. Zaboomafoo. Right? Because there's, like, there's the animated Zaboomafoo, then there was the puppet Zaboomafoo. Right? With Chris and Martin Kratt. You want to talk about my first crush as a child? Chris Kratt. Yeah. And now they have one called Wild Kratts where they're cartoon characters. And they're animated like they're from, like, the 16 TV show when all those, like, a bunch of those shows all came out with the same animation style. Right? I watched a couple episodes of this, and, you know, it's fine. Like, I don't hate it. I don't like it as much as the live action, because they also did have a lemur Zaboomafoo that was, like, actually a legit lemur. He was just a puppet most of the time, but sometimes he was, like, he comes into the Krat treehouse or whatever, and he becomes, like, he turns into a puppet so he can talk to them, because magic, I guess, I don't know. Is it just me, or did Martin Kratt grow up to be Tony Hawk? I loved Zaboomafoo. I love Zaboomafoo so much. Zaboomafoo was one of my favorites. Beakman's World? Yeah, Beakman's World wasn't that popular up here. I don't know why. We had, like, when I was, like, really young, we had, like, Mr. Dress Up. Which was kind of our version of Mr. Rogers, but we also still got Mr. Rogers. I remember we had Beasties, which was just renamed Beast Wars because people were like, Beast Wars is too violent, and everybody and their mom went, what? Not that I was allowed to watch it anyway. For that same reason. I grew up in a weird house. Ask my mom. She'll tell you. She'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. She'll probably be like, yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. My mom's grown up to be a lovely person. Whose company I enjoy. The Big Comfy Couch? Oh, hell yeah. With Lunette and Molly, a clown or her dolly, on the big comfy couch. With Grandma, and, oh, the mailman. What was the mailman's name? Oh. With his red hair sticking out from the top of his helmet. I love the Big Comfy Couch. The Big Comfy Couch was great. With the Dust Bunnies under the couch. I love the Dust Bunny episodes. Love it. Love it. I'll still watch like kids movies and kids shows sometimes because I think they're great. And sometimes they are, and sometimes they suck. Sometimes it's like a hit or miss. Like watching something atrocious like, I don't know, the Garbage Pail Kids. Versus like sitting down and watching like the Little Rascals. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's let these guys go. Did I read the Clarith comment in gaming? Dude got roasted and ratioed. Clariths on Twitter are almost always roasted, and I don't think I've ever seen a Clarith make a comment that doesn't get roasted and isn't ratioed the hell. Like they're insane. Like like I'm not gonna mince like shit, right? Like I'm not a fan of the ship. I like the Cloud and Tifa ship, right? I enjoy the Cloud and Tifa storyline. I like the characters. I like the way the story plays out. So, but like I don't like every and they are the canon ship. But like if you want to ship something that's not canon, that's fine. Like who cares? Go for it. Have fun. But like when you try to lie and you try to like just make shit up and pretend that your ship is canon because apparently the only way your ship is any good is if it's canon, I think you might have your priorities a little bit fucked up. Especially when you like fucking harass people, which they do. I've watched it happen a few times and I'm just like, wow. Fucking wow. People will go for anything. Like how bored do you have to be? Like to harass someone over a like, I thought the shipping wars were kind of goofy and fun, right? Like, not all of it, obviously. It had the same kind of problems. But, like, the shipping wars were, like, ostensibly silly, right? By like, just existence. Just, like, the fact of being what they were. But, like, to go out of your way to follow someone around and harass and stalk them because they don't ship they don't like the same couple pairing as you do is like there's like a degree of like are you okay? Like it's a little silly. A little bit silly. Although admittedly, it can be fun. It can be a little bit fun. Like because some of the arguments are just so fucking dumb. Like, Cloud sitting there smiling, looking unhinged as fuck. A lot of people who like, are in this shipping war who, like, are usually what it tends to be is, like, somebody who ships Cloud and Aerith will say something, like, absolutely just incorrect or unhinged as fuck. And then somebody who ships Cloud and Tifa will be like, yeah, that's not right. And then it kind of starts devolving from there. And... And, like, one of the things I find, like, so amusing about it is, like, you don't have, like, your ship can be just equally as fun and not have to, like, pretend that things in the game aren't what they are. Like, I have canon couples that I don't like in media. But one that comes to mind, I've got two big ones that piss everybody off that are fans of that show. I hate Orihime and Ichigo in Bleach. I think that's a terrible ship. I think it's bad. I think that's a bad canon couple. But part of that is because I don't think Orihime is a very good character. And the chemistry between Rukia and Ichigo was just more explored in the TV show. Right? My other one that will get everybody all riled up and angry is Sasuke and Sakura. Actual trash. Complete garbage. Absolute fucking nonsense. Hate it. Hate every second of it. Actively terrible. Wait. Motherfucker! I have to start again. I wish this had a clear button. I'm not gonna lie. What's the... Oh, eggs. Eggs. Okay, the eggs can stay. Are they done? Alright. And like I have reasons, like it's not out of left field, but I have a ship that like I don't think I've had anybody else ever. I've never come across this ship in the wild. You know what I mean? Like when I say it, people agree with me and are like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense," and also is funny. But I've never like come across anybody else even mentioning this, and specifically for Naruto. Because a lot of people really do like Naruto and Hinata, and I don't. I don't think Naruto and Hinata are like that great of a couple. And like I think they're fine, but I just I have other thoughts on the matter. And I have never come across it in the wild because I think there's actually only one person that should be shipped with Naruto, and it is not Hinata. Don't panic, it's not Sakura either. The answer... Actually, you know what? I'll give you guys a minute to guess. I'll give you guys half of a second to guess who you think it might be. Because you're gonna get it wrong. Unless you've heard me talk about this before, you're not gonna get it. Same thing happening to people with opinions on anime like chibi reviews. Oh. Yeah, having a... Weebs are degenerates. First off, you need to understand. So if you're going to talk about this kind of stuff, you have to understand that, like, weebs are degenerates. And they're, like, a bunch of little freaks. So, so they are going to come at you. And they will come at you sideways. Hey, just cruising. How's it going? The answer is the ramen shop owner has a daughter. And the ramen shop owner's daughter is a ramen ninja. And she should be named, and she should be married to Naruto. I'm doing okay. My wrist is a little bit sore, but it's getting better. My arm's been slowly recovering, so I really hoping I might have to wait until the new year before I get to do art again, but fuck me, dude. That's okay. Yeah, it's alright. Oh, thank you, I will stretch. My back cracked. Oh, boy. At least I'm sitting in a lot better position. Like, admittedly, my legs are crossed and they shouldn't be, but... Less masturbation, I mean gaming for you. You think I won't? You think I won't through the pain? You think I wouldn't through the pain? The pain's just gonna make it better. Lol. Oh my god, did you guys see that clip of Markiplier going around where... Definitely not a masochist Markiplier. Oh, that clip was so funny. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Wait a second. Wait a second, I'll grab it for you. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I just had this ready.
From this horrible torture, but I'm there. I'm holding on for all of humanity. They can torture me all I want. They want. That's a
clip.
Oh, there's a little slip that's gotta come back again and again.
They won't allow. I won't let them get to me. From this horrible torture, but I'm there. I'm holding on for all of humanity. They can torture me all I want. They want.
It's so good. It's so funny. Definitely not definitely not a masochist Markiplier. God, man. I love Bob, Mark, and Wade so much. They are so funny. They have such a good dynamic. Sorry, jeez, I got in this guy's way, I guess. Them. Keep forgetting to take a picture. But there's this guy on the poster at your work that kind of looks like Mark, and you've been meaning to take a picture of it. Yeah, do it. Send that shit. That sounds funny. Like, it's hard to do shows where with dynamics. It's like Aaron and Dan, right? When people talk about Aaron and Dan versus Aaron and John, and like the dynamics are very different. And I didn't think like I liked John and Aaron. Like, I think they were good, and I also enjoy Dan. Like, Dan is great. It took me a little while to get into their dynamic, and because it wasn't really what I was, it wasn't what I was watching Game Grumps for, right? I enjoyed, like, the debatey, analytical talk about game development a little bit more, but Dan doesn't do that, right? And I'm not saying he has to. So it took me a little bit to get into it, but, like, I enjoy their content. I don't watch nearly as much Game Grumps as I used to, but I don't think that's because of Aaron or Dan, or the combo of the two. It's just because I'm busy and I do other things, and I enjoy them when I get time to enjoy them. But, like, if Bob, Mark, and Wade are playing something, oh, I'm all over it. I watch that shit all the time. I love that shit. I absolutely loved watching them play Get the Fuck Out, and with Sean, like Jacksepticeye, and watching them play Heave Ho. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. Watching them play Overcooked, also hilarious. But, like, dynamics are interesting like that. I was having a conversation about, like, non sequitur show stuff, and, like, what made non sequitur show good, and, like, what about, like, somebody had said that they didn't really know or understand what the dynamic was that made it so appealing between, like, Steve, Kyle, and Boole, and I was like, oh, that's easy. You had the straight man intellectual, which was supposed to be Steve. You had the charismatic kind of stupid guy, which was Kyle, and then you had Boole, who was the wholesome person that everyone loved. And, like, it's not complicated. And that's when I found out everybody actually just thought I was stupid, because I was playing Kyle's position where I needed to be the proxy for the dumbest person in the room. Supposed to be. Yeah. Supposed to be. And, like, playing a character or playing an individual in a dynamic is, like, it doesn't mean you are that thing. So, like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be a smart person to play an intellectual on TV. Oh no, I didn't speed up my guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There they go. I might need to jump on. Yeah. I'll just do a couple. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I haven't been playing like League of Legends. I haven't been playing the best you're gonna find me doing is playing TFT because it doesn't require a whole lot of like arm movement or usage. And I realize I still haven't turned the music on for this game. Whoops. 145, 65. Five, 6, 7, 8, 10. No, get out of here. Gotta go to the next one. Fuck off. Yeah, we're Gucci now. We Gucci. I should go grab some books. Didn't know about you until I saw the revamped NSS, and it took me 5 seconds to start wondering what the fuck you were doing on that show. That's very funny. I like that. That's wonderful. Please elaborate. I love that. The only thing Chesh is playing is yourself. Yeah, listen. Fuck you. Let's see, those episodes would have been like... What were those? Jeff Majors, S.J. Thomason, I believe. I was on one of the episodes with her. Oh, what's that other guy's name? The microbiologist? Starts with an L? Lachey? Dr. Lachey? Very funny. Very, very funny. I was just thinking this chick is way too smart to beat Kyle's replacement, and Steve's gonna have a meltdown once he realizes he's not the smartest person there anymore. Oh no, did you have a time machine? Did you see the future, or was it just that obvious? You said meltdown 2 shows later. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it was obvious. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh. Oh, that gave me a good chuckle. Thank you for that. Wonderful. Very funny. Oh. Excuse me? What? What? What's wrong with colors? Oh, this book is in the wrong spot. Fuck. Oh, well, he's just stuck there for now. And he never moved from that spot. I forgot to pay the bills. Potato pops. I wonder if these potato pops are good. I bet they are. Where are they? Where did the potato... Wait, am I blind? What am I doing? Oh, they're right there. $11.95. Hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Welcome back to Mert Mart, where you shop smart. We are currently about halfway to our next expansion. We are grinding out money. That is currently what we're up to. How are you? Mission accomplished. I'm going to bed. Oh, have a good snooze. I appreciate the belly chuckle that I got from that. That was very, very funny. Very funny. Hey, hey, hey. You're not wrong. I forgot to turn the music on and I keep forgetting to go back and turn it on. That's what's currently going on right now. Oh man. We gotta help these guys because they're slow as fuck. And I'm refusing to boost them because I want to make as much money as possible. So we're kind of going a little bit slow, but you know, it's like it's okay. We are also ordering as little of things as currently possible. So we're just making sure we're only ever ordering so that way we have 10. Which actually works really well, and I am considering condensing our back room. Because if our back room is smaller, the Enricos need to travel less. You hear what I'm saying? You get what I'm throwing down? Because most things don't need more than one shelf space to hold 10. You see what I'm saying? Like, most things are, like, the smallest amount you're getting is 8 or 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So that's over 10. And we don't seem to sell more than, like, whatever's out on the shelf already, and then 10 of whatever product. Except for the potatoes and there's some minor exceptions. Hang out for another half an hour or so, but you do have to work tomorrow, and it's past 11 here. Damn. What are they gonna do with their time? Well, hopefully I'll be able to go through parts of this game faster. That's my intention. If that enables them to have smoke breaks, I'm down. I hate that that's both right. I hate that. I... I don't know if I need another one of these or not. We'll find out soon enough. By soon enough, I mean right now. Shit. You're up for another 3 hours? Damn. There we go. 3 hours. Alright. What are notable exceptions? We can get rid of this, and we can get rid of that. I'm gonna start getting rid of tags. That's how I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna go down to singles. This still needs to be 2. These are all 1. This can be 1. That needs to be 1. This can also be 1, so we're gonna do this. The first thing I'm gonna do is get everything down to singles, and then I'm gonna start going from there. See, like, then you get things like this where it's like a 1-off, but Like, it's probably fine, right? Let's see if we can line these up a little bit nicer. I gotta wait for them anyway, so. Who was yelling at me? Did somebody just yell at me? I have it's D&D day for me. They were recently, the players recently found a book, or were gifted a book, I should say, by a mysterious holy man. As in a man full of holes. No. Like a mysterious individual who appears to have some kind of holy power. They also recently fought this individual in a maybe dream? And the individual may or may not be a magical creature known as a quaddle. Oh. Alright. This is gonna be I'm gonna get my room, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be crazy. No, that needs 2 spots. Okay, that has to have 2 spots. That's alright. That up. This one doesn't need 2 spots. This one doesn't need 2 spots. This stays as it is. This can go down to 1. This is 8, so that one can stay as 1. I only need 2 of these, so this can go here, and we can do that. Just only need 1 spot. The Celestial Serpents? Yes! Yes, correct! I'm very happy that somebody recognized what it was. Correct, the Celestial Serpents. This needs 3, but it doesn't need 4. These are all fine. These need 2. Those need 2. Okay. But yes, the Celestial Serpent. Is that what you call God's dick? Well, maybe. Depends on which god you're talking about. Yeah, so I jumped them to level 17 and put them into combat with this quaddle. I'm a nerd of the 2nd highest caliber. Are you also, like myself, a professional, do you have your degree in interplanetary, oh no, what is it? What did I call it? Astral geopolitics? You know the basics. All right. So you don't have your degree yet. That's okay. You'll get there. Wait. No, that's fine. I'm just condensing my shelves. Don't mind me. I don't like that, but it works. Sir? Fucker. These guys are jumping in my way so they can take my money. I think I can take this candy off of here. And I can move the soap over. Wait. Do I have any other cleaning product that needs to be moved? Hold on. I need to think about this. I got one spot up here, then all the cleaning stuff will be all right side by side. I know there's going to be more cleaning stuff, so I'm probably fine, but... Ick. This is rice. I'm gonna put it here with the other rice. This is also fucking like potatoes, so this shouldn't be over here either. This is also like noodles, so it shouldn't be here either. Good God. There. Chaos. Meat. Can go with meat. Yeah, I don't think any of my players are watching right now. Like, I don't think they're here, so I can give you guys some, like, D&D lore if you want. I'm all about that D&D lore. Oh, I grabbed the apple juice. Oops, that candy doesn't have a spot now. I made a mistake. What? Why didn't you guys move this? Was there not enough space? Yeah, because there was one and I already ordered it. Yeah, that's right. And I ordered an extra bleach. That's okay. That is okay. We're just gonna do this. And we're gonna go back to ordering because we need to get more of things and stuff. Yippee! We need this. We need this. We need that. It is okay to have a little bit of overflow stock and have a spot for it, but it's okay for now. Always down for lore. First one has to be able to approach one without them running away screaming bloody murder. Yeah. You know. You know. Technically, I don't need either of those. We're staying at 10. We'll have to order more next time, though. There we go. Oh, and I need to order this cake. So, how does one talk to women that was never taught in Pokemon? Yes, it was. You walk up to them and press A. I taught you that in Pokemon. You learned that. Did you forget? So, one of the things that is, at least I find amusing. So, admittedly, my players are amusing. Like, they're funny little guys. Which is great. I love that. I enjoy players that are silly and like to have fun and do goofy stuff, and sometimes that goofy stuff is detrimental to them, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. I don't view that as a problem. I know some DMs don't like that, like, they want to do something stupid, sometimes I'm gonna reward them for doing the dumb thing. Because the dumb thing is more funny. And I appreciate more funny in my life. The way I have my world currently built and set up is in a way that enables my players as best as possible to do dumb, stupid things. Because I like my players doing dumb, stupid things, because I think dumb, stupid things are funny. I don't know why people don't like dumb, stupid things. It makes me sad. Because dumb, stupid things can be, like, a super ton of fun. So, like, why not? Why not do stupid, funny, dumb things? Wait, I don't like that. Hold on. I mean, it's not perfect, but oh well. There we go, and now I can move this water over here. And then I can move this water also over here, but I have 3 of it, so that's going to be a bit of an issue, but that's okay! What? What do you mean the products? Wait, this is a different one? Oh, that's a different water. Oh. Shit ass! That's okay. We have more space right here. Ha 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 ha. You can't stop me. I'm condensing shelves. The best part of any kind of simulator game. Everyone's favorite. You know what? Maybe this wasn't the smartest way to do this. Oh well. That's okay. Ha ha ha. Alright, I should open the store. I can do this while the rest of the day goes on. You can't dumb stupid your way out of a problem, you are doing it wrong. Yeah, right? Like, I think the players should be allowed to do dumb and stupid things because, like, obviously that you get limits, right? There are times where stuff like that gets limited. Where, like, the dumb and stupid thing that you did is so incredibly, like, detrimental, right? Like, it's so incredibly foolish that, like, you get yourself in extra trouble or something. Right? Like, that's normal. How do I want it? Maybe I put the flower like this. So long as no one gets hurt. Oh no, they can die. I don't pull punches, but I also don't punish my players for doing something, like, that is maybe not the most intelligent thing in the world. Like, I don't mind that, right? To me, that's a non-issue. So if my players want to be goofy, like, go ahead, be goofy. Will there be consequences for being goofy? Yeah, of course. Does that mean that, like, you're gonna be, like, really badly punished because you're being goofy? No, that's not fun. Nobody wants that. Right? Like, why would anybody want that? Nobody wants that. Everybody's there to have a good time, right? So, like, the way my lore operates is that I like to play with players' expectations. So, if the players are expecting one thing, sometimes I like to give them something else. So, like, if you think of a good example is like dragons, right? So dragons in the lore, if you know the lore, have different alignments, and I like to play with alignments. I know like lots of people aren't really like the biggest fan of dealing with alignments. I like alignments as long as you like don't use them in a way that's like detrimental to players. Right? Like alignments can be utilized to like sort of set up like how do I explain this? Well, they can be set up in a way to enable your characters to your players to understand what their character would do in a given scenario, and help like with character building. I don't think they need to be used. It needs to be used in other ways to like force players to make decisions that they don't want to make. Yeah, as long as it's flexible. And, like, I also very much enjoy taking advantage of players' expectations when it comes to what they know. Like, I expect my players to metagame. And it's not because I think they're bad players, it's because I expect them to be human. And in being human, I expect them to know things and operate on that knowledge. Right? And so what I like to do is I like to kind of futz with that expectation. So what happens when you have players, or you have a player knows what a dragon is, right? So I like to mess with the expectation. If I tell you, as a player who knows what a dragon is and has like just general knowledge of dragons, and I say, okay, there seems to be what appears to be a large lizard, a dragon that is in the north, light in color, that is like incredibly aggressive and is attacking people, and I need you to go stop it. Well, with that information, what type of dragon do you think that would be? Okay, it's in the north, it's in the snow, it's aggressive, well, it's attacking people. Well, it's likely a white dragon by the book. And anybody who plays any amount of D&D will make that assumption, right? They'll think that. They'll be like, okay, well, that makes sense. And so they will prepare to go and fight a white dragon who are known for their brutality. And, like, if they go and look up books and they look up dragons, this is the information they'll have. They'll find the same information that is in the DMG, or the same information that's in the monster manual about white dragons. So they're gonna think it's a white dragon, and as players, they're gonna think it's a white dragon. But what happens if it's not a white dragon? Well, what other dragon would live in the north? What other dragon would be doing things like this? Well, the only other dragon that matches the description is a silver dragon. But silver dragons are good aligned. Well, then why would it be doing something like this? And there's your mystery. There's your plot hook. There's what makes it fun. Is like, well, shit. Thank you very much. I will take that stretch. So it kind of messes with what players expect to run into versus what they find versus stuff, like all those kinds of things. Did I do the prices today? I forget. I might have just gotten distracted. No, I did the potato pops. We did that. We're good. Bills are paid. Wonderful. Nice. Alright, our space is actually looking a lot better. But I'm not gonna do it in the dark, so I'm gonna wait now. Give my wrist a break. So yeah, I like to mess with stuff like that. So like, is a good aligned town, what happens if that good aligned town is like, you're forced to be good aligned. Like the people who live there are forced into that. What does that look like? What does lawful good look like when it's imposed? And like it slips into tyranny really quickly. It slips into lawful evil really fast. And so like you can kind of play with those expectations. Right? One of my favorite characters in D&D is Asmodeus and the Lady of Pain. They are two of my favorite characters, and it's mostly because you can kind of do anything with them. And I have two, like, main Asmodeus speeches that are, like, for players, and it really just depends on what players go and talk to him when, and what they say. So it's just, like, if players confront Asmodeus and try to tell him that he's, like, a bad person, and are just like, you're like the Lord of Lies, why should we believe anything you say? He just stops and goes, what do you mean? I'm the Lord of Lies. It means I'm in charge of lying. It means I'm the person who keeps track of every lie that's ever been told. It doesn't mean I'm a liar. This is just my job. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to keep track of every lie every mortal and celestial has ever told? It's a lot! And he's just got, like, he's just buried in bureaucratic fucking bullshit. Lawful good is the easiest to become lawful evil, in your opinion? Yeah, I think so too. I think chaotic neutral can also slip into lawful evil really surprisingly quickly. And I think people don't know. I think that one goes unnoticed a little bit more often than not, because people are like, "Well, it's chaotic. Why would it be lawful?" And it's like, you'd be surprised. Character paradigm shifts are very, very interesting. So I really like to give my players opportunities to shift their paradigms, because I like to view alignments as an opportunity to explore their character, as opposed to a stringent rule that this is the way their character is. And it's like, nah, people change all the time. People sacrifice their principles on a regular basis. All the time. So I'm down for that kind of stuff. Sir? Oh, you're leaving. Okay. You don't want to know the amount of lies CEOs and politicians spit out. I have planets dedicated to them. Planets! Yeah, no, absolutely. Just infinite rooms. I'm just gonna do this from the thing. And so I enjoy stuff like that. And I do enjoy Asmodeus because, like, what is he even up to? And I enjoy the Lady of Pain because she's incredibly powerful. She's powerful enough to keep the gods out of, like, the gods have to respect her and stay out of Sigil, which I find very interesting. And she doesn't speak. Like, in the regular lore, you don't know what her motivations are or what she's doing. And I think that's neat and interesting. I just think it's neat. I'm gonna move that over there. I just don't know if one of these guys I don't think they do. I'm just gonna order it. And I'm gonna run and hopefully beat them. Hell yeah. Chesh, I enjoy the Lady of Pain inner dialogue because she's me. Well, I mean, you don't really know enough about that Lady of Pain to definitively say, like, whether or not she is or is not like somebody. The Lady of Pain, though, some details about the Lady of Pain is that she literally gives no fucks, and if you're running into her, she's already had enough of your shit. Like, that's kind of her shtick. That's kind of her deal. She's like, listen, I'm already sick of your ass. I don't need your stupidity in my life. Like, go away. Why are you here? Be gone. You pathetic losers. Like, that is very Lady of Pain coded. That is very, very her. And you know, I, for one, am a fan. Personally. I like the attitude. Whoops. I keep boosting these guys by accident because they keep, like, just standing in front of me. Like assholes. I think they're trying to rip me off. I think they're trying to make, like, extra buck. Trying to make extra money. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing one. Oh, that one's over there now. That's okay. It's still not right, though. Which one am I missing here? Bacon, ham, chicken. I'm missing the chicken. I'm just gonna order that now and let them come back. Look at my condensing. Isn't it great? Wonderful. I have to wait for them to finish, though. Yes, I will be sure to boop Puck the next time I see him for you. Have a good night. I have yet to... Oh, here he is. Boop! That's for you. That's from Just Cruisin'. Enjoy your boops, Puck. He heard me talking. He heard his name. Yes, I know. I've yet to have my alleged ADHD drag you down the deity rabbit hole, but I did do some research on the Raven Queen, and she seems neat. The Raven Queen is actually very, very interesting. So there's a couple of things about the Raven Queen that, like, just scratch the right itch for me as a character. I think she's very interesting. She's got, like, she's got a couple of deals, right? And so you've got a couple of different things you can work with her on. One of them is that she is not as powerful as she could be. And the reason that she's not as powerful as she could be is because she was a consort of the original god of the dead. And so one of the things is, so his name is Nerul, right? And obviously this depends on which lore you're looking at, which deity you're looking at, etc., 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 right? But I'm operating off of, like, mostly Forgotten Realms lore and older, so just for reference. If you go to try to look up this information. I've also, like, thrown out a little bit of my own spins and interpretations of things, so take that as you will. But one of the things that the Lady of Pain, that the Raven Queen gets into is that because she wasn't a deity, she was a mortal that is thought to be human, but nobody really knows for sure. Who was taken forcibly by Nerul, god of the dead, not the god of death, god of the dead, and that matters, that's important, I promise. And she betrayed and ended up killing him eventually. Nobody knows how she did it, and nobody knows what her name is, because she proceeded to erase her existence from before she was the Raven Queen from existence. She erased herself from history. She is, depending on the lore, the thing she is the god of is a god of death, a god of death, fate, and winter. Winter and fate she took from Lolth, who has gone from being a deity and is now currently no longer a deity and is solely a demon, an archdemon, not a devil, a demon specifically. But I don't quite run things that way. That I do something a little bit different, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. That doesn't matter. Also, she is not as powerful as Nerul, because the gods were like, well, this is a problem, because the original god of the dead wasn't evil. He became evil because he went fucking insane. And the reason he went insane was because he was the god of the dead. So he would get the more things that died, the more powerful he became. Right? So he got driven mad with power. Because he would only ever get more powerful and could never get weaker. So he was kind of just on crack. And like, that wasn't like purposeful, that was just the position he had. He was the god of the dead. And so when the Raven Queen, usually like most of the lore, if you kill a god, their power doesn't really go away. They remain, like, there still has to be a god of the dead. Or there still has to be a god of, like, their power just disperses and can be absorbed for the next person to become that god. And so when the Raven Queen absorbed the power of Nerul, the rest of the gods stepped in and went, okay, but maybe, maybe you don't, though. So in some, that's, in my interpretation, that's why she is, going from being a neutral goddess to a more evil-aligned goddess, and it's because she's fucking pissed because she did all of the work, and she's getting fucked over by the other gods not giving her the power that she fought for and earned. Because they were like, okay, yeah, but maybe you don't become the next god of the dead, because you're also going to get driven mad with power, and then none of us will be able to stop you, and that's like, no bueno. So as one of the only deities that knows how to kill other deities, or has killed other deities in the past for their godhood, she is kind of viewed by the other gods as a little bit of an existential threat. I don't know if I should try to put ones here. I guess we can see what it looks like. So, depending on how you interpret the situation will also, like, that matters. So, like, you might not interpret it the same way. That's how I interpret it, but there's more than one way you can. Obviously. Because some of these things are left vague in the lore on purpose, right? I should order this stuff so these guys can put this stuff away. So there's, like, depending on, like, which one you're reading and which lore you're following, and there are different ways to, like, kind of finagle that and what you can do with that as a DM, right? So I personally enjoy doing things like messing with alignment. Because, so, for example, lawful good, the standard typical lawful good god in Dungeons and Dragons is Bahamut, right? He's the dragon god, platinum dragon god, of hope and protection and law. But it's been a long time, and people like the Raven Queen have, and other adventurers have killed gods and taken their place. So how do you, as a mortal, succeed in properly representing the paradigm? So, like, what is justice? And that becomes a real question. Like, what is justice? Because in D&D, these things are palatable, or palpable. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. They're not, like, just concepts. They are incredibly real things that have rules and have gods and have physical representations and entire planes of existence based on those paradigms. So what happens to the world when the alignments start being not as accurate as they should be? Which is inevitable. Because you interpret what justice is as a mortal, as not literally the being that is supposed to represent these things. Let alone if you're somebody who didn't even follow that god in the first place, that you've unalived, you've yeeted out of existence. So then what? Then what do you do? Yes, I am. Wait, for Star Trek. What? It's not Friday. It's Wednesday. Don't freak me out. Why are you freaking me out for? Give me a little mini panic attack. You got into her. I'm assuming you mean the Raven Queen. Because you were bored and making a character combo of Shadow Touched Wizard and a Grave Domain Cleric. Ooh! And she was the closest to being a connection of the two. Yeah, the Shadowfell and the Raven Queen, yeah. That makes sense. And then I went and made more connected characters, making all of them urchins and calling them Raven's Rats. Oh, I like that. That's cool. What day is it? It's not Friday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Star Trek is on Fridays. Or am I supposed to? Hold on. Now I'm freaked out. I gotta go look. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. So I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. Don't scare me like that. I thought I double booked. Ugh. Thank you for the strip. I don't know if you heard that. That was all my fingies. That sounds really cool. Having a Shadow Touch Grave Domain Cleric with their patron being the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of fun stuff with her. Especially if you do play her as a God of Fate. Not everybody runs her as a God of Fate. No, you're good, you're good, you're good. I don't mean to give you a hard time. I don't know if this is the best way to do this, because these... Yeah... I mean, I would hate being in here as a human being. I would hate this space, but it works for the Enricos. Alright, are you guys done? Alright, time to double check. Alright, get out of here. Good. Good. One of these. That's all good. One of these. One of these. Oh, we're out of that. Yogurt. Oh, there's 2 spots for that. Why are there 2 spots for that? We don't need that. There we go. I could probably condense like another little bit, but I think this is okay for now, especially since we're probably gonna get another, there are still more licenses to get, so having a little bit of extra space on some of the shelves I think is fine for us. I think that ultimately works in our favor. It's just gonna take me a little while to know that 0 is 0. Make sure those are different, yeah. And make sure I haven't like forgotten to order something. Okay, there we go. Huzzah! I forgot to turn the music on. Go do that. Having a shadow wizard, you can do a lot with a shadow wizard. Like, you can make it that you're part of, like, Underdark stuff, or you could make it that it's, like, shadow, like, the Shadow Fell type stuff. You could also, like, you could go the evil route, which I think is kind of classic, but you could also go, like, some crazy good aligned stuff, too. The Underdark has, like, a bad reputation for being, like, evil or whatever, but, like, they're kind of not really. The drow that live down there tend to be evil, but not all of them. So, like, there's a lot you could do with that, especially, like, if you're doing a Grave Domain Shadow-touched wizard, you could have some really fun, like, push and pull stuff with, the Raven Queen and Lolth, like, fighting over that character's, like, soul, or fighting over that character's, like, alignment. If your campaign deals with the gods that much. Admittedly, not all campaigns deal with gods that much, and sometimes that's like higher level stuff, so depends on what level you're playing at. I love D&D stuff. I can talk about D&D stuff all day. So, like, one of the things that I have that's a really, really big factor, again, because I don't think any of my players are listening right now, and if any of my players are listening right now, mute me for, like, 2 minutes. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm working with the World Serpents. This is, like, really old D&D lore, like, deep shit. So, like, a lot of characters, like, in a world likely wouldn't even know about any of this, because it's, like, it's stuff that, like, if you were talking to a Solar might know. Like a celestial angel from, like, Celestia. A celestial angel from Celestia. Might know. Or might be old enough to have heard about. That's how old this lore is. This is, like, beginning of the universe lore, and the beginning of the universe lore is about 2 serpents who basically, out of the primordial chaos, built law. And one of them is lawful good, and one of them is lawful evil. And they kind of circled around each other in Ouroboros until they got into a fight about where the center of the universe should be. And so they broke apart. So I have a lot of stuff going on with that shit, but players don't know that yet. The players are only, like, level 4, so they should be level 5 soon, which means they will be approaching, hopefully the main city is where I want them to go next, so I'm gonna have to give them a reason to go there. Excuse me. I mean, they already have reasons to go there, but I want to make it more clear for them. Recently, they were just gifted a book, I think I was saying initially. They were gifted a book, and the book was signed. It's like monk forms, so like positions and poses. And the book is written in like mostly in Elvish, but all like actually mostly it's. But there are notes in Sylvan. There are notes in like many different languages. Like it's almost like whoever wrote the book, and it's a very ancient book that was gifted to them by the Quaddle that they don't know is a Quaddle, that they maybe know is a Quaddle. And yell at them to don't take the car into the don't take the Ravenmobile into Vampire Town. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, there might be some really negative consequences for something like that that may or may not include an ambush. The book that they received is written as if whoever was writing it, there were just words in various languages that didn't work for what they were trying to describe. So it's like swearing in Dwarvish, where it's just like, listen, the common term for this doesn't translate well, so they used various words from different languages. And the book has a lily imprinted on it, and the paper that it's written on is like incredibly old but also incredibly high quality. And the book is signed Grandmaster Flowers. So anybody who follows D&D or knows anything about D&D lore, Grandmaster Flowers is in Magic the Gathering currently Bahamut. So my players saw that. One of my players went, "Are you fucking kidding me?" They're like, "I'm sorry, did we just pick up a book that's been penned by fucking Bahamut?" Are you stuck? He's stuck. Alright, well, alright. I'm down one in Rico. Oh god, and that's about to run out because he's stuck. Alright. I'll take care of this real quick. You good, man? Oh! He's fixed. Alright! Oh, I know. He put... Oh. Weird. Interesting. Alright. Game programming can do really wacky things sometimes. The combo you mentioned is also surprisingly good assassin because of the Path of the Grave plus inflict wounds. And always ready invisible if the target is your target is sleeping is scary. Oh yeah. Absolutely. 100% I agree with that, absolutely. I am not terribly surprised. Shit. Unfortunate. But yeah, no, that's cool. I'm a fan. I love when people try out, like, interesting combos. Like, the Monk Fighter is really interesting. I have a Monk Warlock that I really, really enjoy. That I'm tweaking a little bit and giving, like, I'm giving them the Martial Adept feat. So they can do, like, tripping attacks, which makes sense for a monk to be doing. So they just found this book, and now the monk in the party is trying to decipher it and figure out how to use it. And, like, is kind of... The person who wrote the book is also, like, the Grandmaster of Flowers, whoever that is. And anybody who knows anything about Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition will know that the Grandmaster of Flowers is a 4th edition Paragon path. And one of the things that's being described in the book is how to do a monk ability called Water Gives Way, which is one of like the staple moves that a 4th edition monk will use on a semi-regular basis, like a daily power. So it's relatively powerful, and it's very powerful in like 4th edition, because we're playing 4th edition. So they found a book that is incredibly old, that has been written by somebody who knows how to do monk abilities that is so old that it is from a prior edition of Dungeons and Dragons. How many mimics have I added to the campaign, and have they found any? They have not run into a mimic yet. Surprisingly, they haven't run into a mimic yet. Believe it or not. As far as they know, I should say. As far as they know, they haven't run into a mimic yet. I have a mystery planned for them to do at some point, if they decide to go that direction. And the mystery is a town where people keep going missing. And the secret of the town, and them trying to figure out why people keep going missing, and what's going on, and what the hell. And it turns out the secret is that the town is actually infested with mimics. There's like a mimic epidemic. Mimic coins, mimic chairs, mimic cobblestones, mimic mimic houses. I have one that I really, really want to do. I love the idea of old edition stuff being relevant, like liches using old spells. Oh yeah, I've got that. That's already established. Right now, the world that my players are playing in is kind of like a snow globe, where they are living on a continent, and nobody has ever left this continent and like sailed so far away and come back. Like, nobody comes back. And, they don't... So nobody's ever left and come back. As far as anybody knows, the Earth is flat. The world that they live in is flat. They do not have... Nobody in this world that anybody knows of has ever cast a spell above 5th level. 5th level spellcasting. So not a 5th level spellcaster, a level 5 spell. So it makes for some, like, really silly things, and, like, the players being like, oh, do I get to invent something? I'm like, well, you can certainly try. They only know one spellcaster, and it's one of the players' mothers. Whoops. One of the players' mothers who they've ever even seen cast a 5th level spell, and they cast Revivify. So the idea is that there's things in the world that are older than... that exist, that have survived, that are beyond old. I don't need one of that. I make sure I don't order anything that, like... The hard part about this is just making sure you don't over-order stock, so you don't end up with, like, nowhere to put stuff. But it's a little bit easier to manage when you're not ordering more than 10 of anything. Don't order that. We've already got bleach. I think we're good for now. Well, we wait for them to do the rest of that. I also like my players to feel powerful. So I like giving them stuff that is like, wow, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, yeah, do it. Blow them up. Fuck them. Wreck that person's day. Oh, they had an evil plan, did they? Yeah, so they live in kind of like a snow globe where nobody ever leaves, but they're also like trapped there. And they don't really know they're trapped there, but they'll find out eventually, probably. Maybe. The idea is that the world is written, and the world that they're playing in is written in a way that the game should be a perfectly fun game to play, regardless of whether or not they figure anything out. They might never figure it out, but that is okay. That is acceptable. These terms are acceptable. But, you know. We'll see what they get up to today. They should be leaving the place that they've been in for a little while now, which is kind of like a safe grove where there like seems to be some kind of wacky time fuckery that's going on. They did not figure out why there is wacky time fuckery going on while they were there, but maybe they'll find out later. Who knows? I'm also a fan of them not necessarily finding out something, like figuring something out right away and figuring it out later. Like have it come back later. Players has like the funniest dad character, and they're just like the daddiest dad that ever dadded into dad. Like that's they're like an apron that says kid, like always barbecuing and like I'm like, I love him. 10 out of 10. I promise I'm not gonna do any all. No bad things will ever. Also, not all of my players are edgy orphans. And I don't want to like that. Some of them will be really open-ended, and they're like, no, 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 I left it open-ended so you... Ooh, hey. Well, fun for me. And... And I don't... Where is this? Ordered it from somewhere. Where did I order that? My fuck. Is that it up there? Yes, it is. Alright, well, this is gonna. Oop, there we go. Huzzah! Alright, well, we have been live for over 2 hours. Break. Thursday is tomorrow. Everybody has a lovely Thursday. I'm gonna go. And, we're to getting our next, section. God, the next sections in this game are gonna take so fucking long. Like, it's gonna take us a... And we are halfway there. 64, well, not quite halfway there, because 4 would be 8. We'd be at 6. another 10, so it'll take us, so 60, needs 35. Would be, yeah, pretty close. So we're getting there, Like a big long grinding session, sir. A big long grinding session soon, but it will not be this day. We will do it over like Christmas if people don't have other. Just give somebody people a place to hang out over Christmas. Get out of here. I gotta go have a session by remembering what everybody was. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you for shopping at Mert Mart, where you shop smart. And I will see you guys at the checkout line. Bye.